Coming up on Mountain News at 6, a man is severely burned after a mining incident in Harlan County. We'll tell you what we know about that situation. And folks in one eastern Kentucky city mourn the sudden death of a man they say was devoted to celebrating those in his community.
And it was a chilly Thursday throughout eastern Kentucky. We're going to warm up for your Friday, but don't get used to that because we're going to cool off again and increase snow chances. Details coming up.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
More snow is on the way for the beginning of the weekend. Meteorologist Eric Dean tells us how much we are talking about on this first alert.
Steve, right now the thinking is a trace to as much as 2 inches depending on your location. Obviously, the higher up you go, the more snow you'll see, kind of like today, how it was more or less a feast or famine situation. Right now, though, live pinpoint Doppler radar, all is quiet throughout eastern Kentucky. We take a look here at the WYMT studios. Well, there was a camera there at the last hour. It must be resetting, but temperatures right now are in the teens and 20s. We're at 23 in Hazard, 22 in Jackson. Wise is already at 18, 21 in Clintwood, 19 in Logan, 25 in London. Now you factor in that wind. It already feels like 16 in Jackson, 19 in Prestonsburg, 6 in Wise, 12 in Jonesville. So definitely bundle up if you have plans this evening. Now when you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the teens and 20s will greet you. We'll stay mainly clear, but all eyes are on tomorrow. This is 5:30 tomorrow night. You're noticing how we see that rain transition over to snow. It will continue in the evening and overnight hours before it is out of here by Saturday morning. The question is, how long will this snow chance last? Details coming up in the first alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
Eric, thank you. We are working to learn more about a mining accident in Harlan County that seriously injured one man. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino is in Harlan County with what we know.
We are told the accident in Harlan County left one man severely burned. The incident reportedly happened at Panther Mine, an underground mine located in Cumberland, used for producing metallurgical coal for steelmaking. It is operated by Bluegrass Natural Resources. We tried to reach out to them but have not heard back. As of now, not many details are known about what led to this. We have also tried reaching out to both district and headquarter offices of the Mine Safety and Health Administration, but also have not heard back. We did get in touch with some family members of the miner. They say he is a private person and they didn't want to talk on camera or release his name. And right now they are just asking for prayers. In Harlan County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
And family members tell us the miner is being treated at a burn center in Cincinnati. If we learn any other details, we'll of course pass them along. In Floyd County, a woman was arrested after police say she was under the influence while sitting in line to pick up a child at school. Deputies say Jessica Rocha had been sitting outside Duff Allen Central Elementary to pick up a child yesterday. When they approached her vehicle, they say they could smell a strong odor. Police later took a container from Rocha that had a green plant-like substance inside of it that appeared to be marijuana. A Jackson County man was arrested after he was accused of leading police on a high-speed chase. It happened last Sunday. It started when police say Jesse Click was driving recklessly and disregarded a stop sign turning from Mildred Road onto US 421. At one point, police say Click was traveling at speeds greater than 70 miles per hour. The chase came to an abrupt end when Click crashed while trying to turn into a driveway. He was also charged in a separate case where he was accused of stealing someone's clothes at a dollar store in Tyner. In Clay County, a man is behind bars after police found several drugs and a handgun on him during a traffic stop. That situation occurred last Thursday on US 421 North. It began when police say Robert Heiser did not give a turn signal after pulling out from a market. When they later pulled over Heiser, police say they detected a scent of marijuana coming from the vehicle. They say Heiser could not keep his balance when he did a field sobriety test. A fire in Pikeville brought first responders to Town Mountain Road early this morning, and though the home was destroyed, first responders say the homeowner survived thanks to a good Samaritan. Crews with the Pikeville Fire Department were dispatched to the mobile home on Town Mountain Road and arrived to find the home engulfed in flames. Firefighters say the resident had already been evacuated from the home because an unknown passerby noticed the smoke and helped them get to safety. And though the cause of the fire is still under investigation, they say the situation could have been much worse.
If you have a mobile home fire, you don't have a very long time to get out. It doesn't take long for them to go up. Luckily, we had a good Samaritan that was here before we were and actually helped the resident get out. I would like to find out who he was and get his name because that saved a life.
Firefighters were also able to save the resident's cat from the flames. The fire is still under investigation. Kentucky lawmakers could take action on several issues regarding immigration and customs enforcement this session. At least 2 bills call for state police to work with ICE. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to the sponsor of one of those bills and an immigration attorney about what the legislation will do.
Immigration is a hot-button issue in the country right now, but some Republican lawmakers say ICE agents could use some help in removing people that they say are dangerous from the state and country.
We need to get, some of these hardened criminals that flooded over the border during the four years of the Biden administration out of the country. Now,
Senator Philip Wheeler is sponsoring Senate Bill 86, which requires state and local police to work with immigration and customs enforcement. He says most local agencies do work well with ICE, but some do not.
Sometimes they just need a little bit of nudge to do the right thing, to make sure that all the citizens of the Commonwealth are safe, and these people that don't belong here are sent back out of the country where do they belong.
There is similar legislation in the House that is House Bill 47. It's sponsored by T.J. Roberts and has multiple co-sponsors as well. As of last look, there were 18 co-sponsors with that legislation, also setting up these task force models. Kentucky's governor and a Lexington-based immigration attorney have concerns.
Well, I haven't reviewed the bills specifically, but any bill that mandates that our law enforcement work with ICE upon their request is going to make us less safe instead of safer.
And we know with this Supreme Court, even the language that you may be speaking, the area that you may be at, or again, the color of your skin, those all may be deemed as probable cause to stop you and ask you for your paperwork.
Senator Wheeler says the bill is about protecting everyone, U.S. citizens, immigrants, and even protesters. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
There's no word on when either bill will be heard in committee. A number of groups in Kentucky are asking lawmakers for more education funding in this year's budget. Protect Our Schools Kentucky, along with the Kentucky Education Association, say they are requesting an investment of $700 million for the state's public schools. They say recent studies show overwhelming public support for increased funding. The superintendent of Frankfort City Schools say they are at a critical juncture. They are concerned that SEEK funding, which goes directly into classrooms, is not keeping up with inflation and has actually decreased since 2008.
The state has not fully funded school transportation, despite a law requiring them to do so since 2004. And on average, inflation-adjusted teacher salaries across school districts in Kentucky are 20% less than they were in 2008.
Education leaders say they are seeking an 8% raise for teachers and to hire 5% more staff to lower class sizes. Today, Governor Beshear released the 2026 recommended highway plan, and there are a few projects in our area being invested in. These include work to connect the Cumberland Parkway with Kentucky 80 northeast of Somerset in Pulaski County. Another is construction of a new interchange on the Hal Rogers Parkway near the Highview development site in Perry County, and relocating Town Mountain Road from Pikeville to US 119 in Pike County. There are many other projects, and we have more about some of those on our website, WYMT.com. The governor says the nearly $9.5 billion plan is based on anticipated revenues through 2032. The Paintsville community is mourning the sudden death of a man they say was devoted to celebrating community and putting the region on the map. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more about Jeremiah Parsons' impact.
Oh, that's a tough one because
It's far-reaching what Jeremiah Parsons actually did for this community.
Jeremiah Parsons has spent more than a decade putting a spotlight on tourism in the Paintsville community.
Not only a great tourism director, he was a real good human being.
And using the rest of his time to put a spotlight on the area's theater scene as the director of Main Street Players.
His personality was just out of this world.
A passion and purpose that drove him to be known as not only dedicated, but always working for the betterment of the area.
I just met with Jeremiah yesterday, and we went over some projects and some things that we wanted to get done here in the city of Paintsville.
A fire that burned until his unexpected death Thursday morning.
It was a shock to see someone who has so much ahead of him to go so suddenly. Just saw him yesterday. We were laughing and joking.
Those who love him say he had a sudden medical issue and was gone within hours. But the love and laughter he left behind will be a light for decades to come.
He reached everybody. He touched everybody's heart. And he was there for everyone. I mean, he was a true friend. He done everything for the community.
They say much like his presence, his absence is too large to put into words.
I think he will be known for his work ethic and his energy and his passion. And I think he'll also be known for bringing Paintsville tourism back to the top where it should have been in the first place.
In Johnson County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
I know a lot of people are so shocked by this news today. The Tourism Commission met this morning in the aftermath of the news to discuss the process for moving forward, but they say no one will ever truly fill Parsons' roles.
All right, here's what we're going to first alert you to over the next several hours and days. 40s will make a comeback tomorrow, but snow showers will pick up Friday night going into Saturday. Then we're going to stay cool until next week. Details on the first alert forecast coming up.
And with the season approaching to file your taxes, we hear from a certified public accountant about the things you need to have ready for the occasion.